Welcome everyone, this is Zon Top with Repo Products. Today's video is on Revit 2022 and the new enhancements to the scheduling command and the functions. Here I am in Autodesk Revit 2022. I have a schedule view open called Lighting Fixture Schedule. And it's not terribly long, but it's long enough, and it has basic content in it. If I head over to the sheet A502 that I have placed the schedule view on, as you can see, it's pretty long and it won't fit on the sheet of paper. One of the enhancements to the scheduling functionality in Revit is that if you take this scheduled view and you select it and you break it with the elbow symbol, on the left hand side under Project Browser where I have Lighting Fixture Schedule, this will actually break up into two separate views. So as it stands right now, under Schedule Quantities All in the Project Browser, I just have Lighting Fixture Schedule. If I hit the elbow symbol right here to break it, it'll break it into two separate schedules, and I can use this control handle to move one piece, and then the other piece can also be moved to a different spot, say off the sheet. And over here on the schedules and properties, you now will see two parts: finish schedule 1 of 2, finish schedule 2 of 2. So I could, if I want to, technically take this second one and delete it. So I'll just select and hit delete off the keyboard, and now I still have the first part of the schedule showing up on the sheet, and I can obviously move it wherever I want to move it so that it is easy to read and easy to work with and not conflict with any other schedules. As for the second one, so let's go ahead and move this one down just because I want to make sure it's not blocking. If I head over to the next sheet, A503, I have some space here. I can just drag and drop the Furniture Schedule 2/2 view onto this sheet, and then I can just place it where I need, provided I have room, and I make it look clean and neat. So as you can see, I can actually drag the second part of the light fixture schedule view onto a different sheet. This makes it a lot easier for you to take and place very long schedules on multiple sheets easier. So that's one of the new enhancements. Another enhancement that they've set up is that you can set when you're in the actual schedule view, you can filter the schedule by family and type. So I'm going to head back to the lighting fixture schedule view. I can click edit here under filter, and in this schedule properties and under the filter tab, I can check here and you can see that I can filter by family, and then and also type mark and a few others as well. So if I click family, I can say equals or any other variable, and then I can pick any specific fixture. So let's say I do this pendant light disc. If I hit OK, the list will completely change and it will only show me the data based upon that filter. So I'm going to go ahead and not have a filter, so that's nice and long again. And that way the two separate views of schedules can be placed on two separate sheets. Another enhancement is that within the creation of the schedule, you can actually have filtering and searching function. So if I click edit under field, it's going to open up the schedule properties window, and in the fields tab you now have parameter name search and you have filter available fields. So if I click this little black arrow, it'll expand down and I can filter my list based upon different situations and criteria by parameter type, by discipline, by value type, and whether it's type or instance based. So for the searching, I can just start typing something in, say for example catalog, and there you go. It sorts the list and basically shrinks it down to only what it can find. Under filter available fields, I can click under parameter type and say show me the list of all the available fields that are built-in parameters versus project parameters if there are any, shared parameter families, and shared parameter project information as well. And then the discipline as well, you can pick any one that you want and it will filter the list based upon that specific discipline. as you can see. Under value type, they have quite a few here. So let's say, I don't know, let's look at text. And it will filter the list based upon data that is inputted via text mode. Okay. And then lastly, you have whether the family is type-based or instance-based. And then again, it will sort and adjust this list accordingly. So these are a lot of the new simple enhancements that they have in Revit 2022 for schedules. And then there's one last one as well. If you have your schedule view open here, you can go over to the File tab, Export, scroll down with the little black arrow to get to Reports, and you can export out the schedule. Now, prior to 2022, you were only able to export to TXT format. Now you can export to CSV. So I'm going to go ahead and export it to my temp folder, hit save. It'll ask you under the export schedule window, the schedule appearance, are we exporting the title, the column headers, the included group column headers, and everything else as well. And then also, how are we setting up the output options for the field delimiter? It could be a comma, a semicolon, a tab, or a space, and then any text qualifier as well. If I leave everything as a default and I click OK, it'll export it out to CSV. It doesn't really give you any kind of visual indication that it's done or that it's processing. So if I open up Windows Explorer and head over to my temp drive, I'm going to see that lighting fixture CSV. So if I double click it, it should open up Excel, and it shows you the schedule. See? So it says lighting fixture schedule, level, all the column headers. You may have to double click the vertical columns to get the width a little wider to see the data easier. But it looks like it extracted all that data and shows all that information. If I jump back to the Revit software and look at the schedule, the data does show up. Now, little things I noticed, like this is centered, whereas in the Excel, that's not centered. There is, if I were to change the design of this to maybe introduce like shading, let's put in a shading here, and maybe we'll do it for this whole row here. And we'll shade it a different color. And then we'll go ahead and export it again. I just want to see if the exporting will carry across any of the modifications to the actual cells themselves. So I'll export it again and I'll call it Schedule 2. And hit OK, let it do its thing. Give it a few seconds, jump back to my temp folder. There's the Schedule 2. I'll open up that particular Excel file. And as you can see, it doesn't carry across any of the background formatting of the tabs. It just exports the data out to raw CSV format. But that's better than not having the ability to export the schedule at all, and a little bit better than exporting to standard TXT file format. So hopefully you got a chance to see some of the new enhancements to the scheduling functionality in Revit 2022. Thank you very much for watching.